Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to use Antigravity to deploy an n8n server on an AWS server. Now the first thing you'll need is the Antigravity to download it. There's a free version. You get Opus, and you get these other models here, but they do run out, I'd say, pretty quickly. So you might need either a Pro or an Ultra subscription is what I have. I have an Ultra subscription. And what that looks like here, I'll show you, is right here. Yeah, I'm signed in, so yeah. So things have gotten like super easy. This is what you need to do. You also need an AWS subscription. Right now I have free credits. I have about $99 left, so that's great. Yeah, so this is the AWS console. What you'll need to do is just go here, EC2, and you'll want to launch an instance. So, but before we go here, let's go back to Antigravity and just walk through it. Hey, I want to deploy an n8n server on AWS EC2. You don't even have to say EC2. Let's see what it suggests here. Walk me through it. So because I've already done, I've recently done this before, so it's trying to look at the history here, which is, you guys are not going to have the same thing, but let's close out of this actually, and let's start a new workspace. So open new workspace, desktop, let's do folder, test, host. Now let's go here, say yes, I trust the authors. Hey, I want to deploy an n8n server on AWS. Walk me through these steps. Okay, let's undo this again. Because again, I can see that it's still trying to go to the old database that's here. Steps. Don't use existing old DB, old data. Yeah, okay, that's good. So it says do not reference any old. So again, it's just going to go through the same steps. Pretty much log into your AWS console, navigate to EC2, launch instance, any n server, either use the Amazon Linux 2023. This is so pretty straightforward. SSH, HTTP, HTTPS, that's great. What we really need to do, we can just do up to here and just have Antigravity do the rest. So let's go back here and let's do launch instance. We already clicked on that. We'll just do name it, so we'll do test. It said Amazon Linux 2023, which is what it said here. 2023, that's good. t3.small. So let's do that. That's micro. Let's go for small. Keep your name. I'm going to use a new one, so I'll do test. Let's snip this here so that I can create pair key. Let's put it desktop. Let's put it here. Nope, not here. Okay, there it is. Let's put it in our workspace. Allow HTTPS traffic from the internet. Allow HTTP traffic from the internet. Yeah, so you might, later down the line, you might want to turn one or the other here off, just because of security risks. Yeah. So for the configuration of the storage, we'll do, we said 30, we'll just do 30. Advanced details. Okay, and then we're gonna launch the instance. Okay, so it launched successfully. You go back here. Okay, security group, you wanna, and then we wanna set up this rule here that says custom TCP. Now we did this, we did this, we did this. Those are all fine. But what we really need is this one. This one will need to have anti-gravity connect to it. 5, 6, 7, 8. We might actually be able to turn these off anyways, so yeah. Now let's go back. Let's go to the instance. Now this is your server on the cloud. Let's go to security, and you'll find these are the inbound rules. This is the firewall. So we'll go launch wizard. It's going to take you to the firewall section. Say security group. That's great. Those are all your inbound rules. We'll edit, and then over here we're going to add the rule that says custom TCP. We want this port right here. Paste that in. Custom for security. Now this is where this kind of matters, you know. You know, you can say anywhere, which, you know, you can access it anywhere, but, you know, for security reasons, like you might want to hide your n8n behind, like, only make it accessible from a certain IP or whatever, maybe from your own IP or from wherever you're trying to control it. So, you know, I might just, I'll do my own public IP, but I won't show this here, but you can look this up. You know, what is my public IP? Click search, find what it is, take the IPv4 and just say custom, paste it here, and save rule, right? But yeah, I don't want to dox myself. So let's go anywhere for now. Save rules, okay. Now that's in. Now launch instance. Now I've already launched it. Now we can connect to it. So what I need to do is just come back here and tell the shoot. What I need to go back here is to go back and tell it what the IP address is. So let's go back. Let's go to test. Now where's the public IP? Status. Oh, where's the public IP? Damn it. Security, monitoring, networking. There it is. Networking, of course. So this is the public IP. Now obviously, you know, I'm gonna destroy this server after I post a video or before. But yeah, you need this for, this is the public IP. This is how your Antigravity or any other place really is gonna find your n8n server or AWS server. Public IP is this, and you can just tell it that, and then we'll say this is the location of the .pm key. Now this is like the password for, this is the cryptographic password that, you know, the Antigravity is going to be able to talk to it using SSH. It needs the password, right? So it can't just connect to the server. It needs some sort of password. Say, hey, like I'm an authorized user, right? So we're going to go to the where I saved it. Now I saved it in opening it in the other window here. Okay, so this is where we saved it, right? Now I'm just going to copy this. This is a location, or what do you say, directory, and just backslash, what's the name, n8n test.pem. Okay. Oh, oops, I made a mistake. Yeah, I made a mistake. Let's go back here, retype this. There we go. Backslash. Now, Antigravity knows where the key is. You know, you don't need to edit anything else. You know, it's gonna find it now, and it's gonna connect. Now, when you tell it this, Antigravity is gonna do the rest. It's gonna start connecting to the instance, installing Docker and Docker Compose on Ubuntu, and it's gonna do all the rest, right? So let's do this. See what it does. So yep, that's what it says here. Let me construct the SSH command. There it is. You know, constructed it. For most non-technical people, honestly, this has gotten good enough. We're to the point where you don't have to do any of this. You don't have to know any of this stuff, right? Like, accept. Now it's going to try to connect. Okay, file permission issues. Okay, I think it's because we have, maybe possibly because we have it on OneDrive, but yeah, just give it the permissions it needs. Okay, yeah, it's using, again, it's using the key, it's trying to go to the IP address. Perfect, it says connection successful, it knows what it is, Amazon Linux version, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's connected, that's great. Now it's gonna try to install Docker. It's gonna run a bunch of commands. You can sift through these one by one if you like, but really it's good enough to run. So Docker installed, fantastic. Now it's going to try to install Docker Compose so that it can auto-create Docker instances. This is all necessary to run n8n. You can't just, it's not like a regular exe or application. You have to run it in Docker, which is this platform that kind of runs web apps. Like, I guess in some cases it runs web apps. So yeah. Okay, so configure the configuration created. Let me pull the n8n image. Now, okay, so it created the Docker container. Now it's going to tell it, this is the YAML file. It's going to ask it to pull Docker, the latest Docker image. Again, if you don't understand this, maybe it's a good idea to find out what Docker means and what it does and all that. But yeah, it's going to do its job, and yeah. So right now it's building the n8n Docker image, and yeah. The nice thing here about having this on the cloud as opposed to your computer, or is it doesn't mess with your internet connection, or it's downloading all these files right now, and you don't have to worry about that. It's not eating up your bandwidth, or yeah. Waiting for command completion up to 60 seconds. That's great. Okay. Again, like so much of this stuff before would have had to be done manually, and maybe not, using these like config files, because this is like automated like way of creating n8n, or sorry, like installing n8n. So it said it created it. Now it wants to verify it. It wants to verify and just add this. Well, we're gonna allow it and see what it does. Awesome. So it says your n8n service configured to use a secure cookie. However, you're visiting this via an insecure URL. So it's asking that we either set up TLS or HTTPS. Or if you're running this local, just run localhost. We're not running this locally. Prefer to disable the security feature. It's not recommended, but yeah. If you're just running n8n for testing, you can do this. But if you have it in the cloud, you might want to set up HTTPS, but you will need a certificate, and you'll also need to set up have a domain, right? So let's go back. Okay, so it already prompted to create this. What is it trying to do here? Recommend you need to update. Okay, so it already, this is why sometimes you have to be careful with using this stuff, is it already like automatically just went to the disabling the secure cookie option, which, I don't actually, yeah, so I just looked this up pretty quickly. How insecure is it, or unsecure is it to disable secure cookie? You can get session hijacking, credential leakage, browser level risk. So this is one thing that you maybe got to be careful about with, Antigravity and these tools, is that it'll just do stuff like this. It'll just say, oh, I found a fix. Let me just turn off the cookie. For the purpose of this video, we'll keep it off for now, but maybe in a near video, I'll show how to set it up with the HTTPS if you like maybe get a domain or something. But yeah, let's accept this. Okay, it's great. Configuration, update it. It's going to push it, and it's going to reboot it probably. So report what you see, navigate to this and verify. Okay, allow it. Again, there it is. Perfect. It's up and running, boys. At this point, I'm just going to say hit always allow. At this point, yeah, it's up and running. It's working. That's really all it is. If we want to make this more secure and pretty much have it as good as having it as you would in the cloud, or n8n's cloud, is you just add a certificate, and it's pretty much as safe as that one, I would say, because you are pulling the latest config for Docker. Obviously not as secure as localhost, because localhost you can circumvent the whole thing, but if you circumvent it, then it's not really useful, is it? Okay, so it says it's there, generating. It's just going to create a walkthrough, I think, at this point. It's just going to say, okay, we've done it, what was done. We did the EC2 connection, we did the Docker installation, the Docker Compose installation, the n8n config with the, with this right here, which is, quite serious, or could be quite serious. It's required when accessing via HTTP for production. This can be removed. Okay, that's good. Setup page is accessible prompting for, okay, connect your admin account, create your admin account, add a domain and configure SSL, and set up a firewall to restrict SSH to your IP only. Okay, we are done. Now let's go back there, and let's just say test@test.com. You don't really need actual blah blah blah. Okay. Okay, it needs there. Come on, what's going on? There you go. Oh, okay, I'll save it. Web subscribe to company. Fill however this works for you. Other. That's it. Testing myself. Okay, just get started. You can send yourself a free license key for and there you have it. You can create an API key and connect it to other instances. You can also connect straight from Antigravity to n8n. And using like the API or maybe the MCP, which we might explore that next. Okay, thank you and have a good day.